Ever get that feeling that your money just disappears? Like it doesn't stretch as far as it did last month? Well, if that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. Over the next few minutes, we're going to lay out a simple blueprint to shield your household budget from all these rising costs.
So let me ask you something. Just take a second and think about your finances. Does it feel like your budget is quietly shrinking in the background? You're not spending any more than usual, but there's just less left over? Yeah, you're not imagining things. There's a very real reason for that.
And here's the honest truth, the stark reality of it. Your bills, they're going up. We're talking about the essentials, your energy, your groceries, the whole shebang. And this isn't a maybe, it's a when. Most of us won't even notice until we look at our bank statement and wonder what happened.
All of this leads to what we call the silent squeeze. It's this background financial pressure that's just building and building for millions of households. So let's pull back the curtain and see what that actually looks like.
Okay, so this chart right here, it tells the whole story. On one side, you've got your income, which for most people is, pretty flat. But then look at the other bar, household expenses. It's just getting taller and taller. That growing gap in the middle, that is the squeeze. It's what's silently eating away at your savings.
So what's the real danger here? Honestly, it's not even the rising prices themselves. It's the temptation to just ignore it, to put your head in the sand and hope it goes away. That's the biggest mistake you can make, because this isn't some sudden stock market crash. It's a slow leak that drains your financial security over time.
You're probably sitting there wondering, why is this happening now? It can feel really personal, like you're doing something wrong. But the truth is, this whole thing is being driven by huge global forces. So let's get into what's actually behind these price hikes. It pretty much boils down to three main things. First, global demand for everything is just way up. Second, the supply chains that get all that stuff to us have become pretty shaky and unstable. And third, companies are just adjusting their prices to deal with it all. The key thing to remember here is that these factors are completely out of your control.
And this is what makes the whole situation so sneaky. You could literally change nothing about your life. Use the exact same amount of electricity, buy the exact same groceries as last year, and your bills will still go up. That right there is why you've got to be proactive. It's the only way to get ahead of it.
Okay, I really need you to pay close attention to this next part. This is an urgent warning. There is one specific financial trap that puts millions of people at immediate risk, and you need to know if you're one of them.
We are talking about variable rate plans. What on earth is that? It just means the price you pay for things like electricity isn't locked in. It can jump up or down from month to month, even day to day, based on those chaotic market conditions we just talked about.
I mean, just look at the difference here. A fixed rate plan? That's your shield. It's stable, it's predictable, it keeps you safe. But a variable rate plan? That's like standing out in a hurricane without an umbrella. It's unstable, totally unpredictable, and a massive risk to your budget right now. But here is the good news, and it's really good news. You are not powerless in this situation, not at all. So now it's time to talk about the solution. This is your budget protection plan. A few simple, totally doable steps you can take to grab the wheel and take back control. The first two steps are without a doubt the most important. Step 1, lock in a fixed rate, especially for your energy. Just think of it like freezing your costs while everyone else's are going haywire. And step 2, switch providers. Look, loyalty rarely pays when it comes to utilities. The new customers almost always get the best deals. Okay, so once you've secured your biggest expenses, we can start to get a little creative. Because protecting your budget isn't just about playing defense and cutting costs. It's also about playing offense and making the money you already have work way harder for you. First off, don't let your cash just sit in an account earning nothing. Find a high-interest savings account to fight back against inflation. Also, check if there are tax-free savings accounts like ISIS where you live. And this one's huge. Always check for bank switching bonuses. It is an incredibly overlooked way to get some extra cash.
I have to say that again because it sounds too good to be true, but it's not. Yes, it is free money. Banks will literally pay you, sometimes hundreds of dollars, just to move your checking account over to them. They're all competing for your business. It takes a little paperwork, sure, but it is one of the easiest financial wins out there, and most people just don't do it. All right, we've got one final piece to this puzzle. So beyond saving and earning, there's this third pile of money that so often goes completely unclaimed. Let's talk about hidden benefits. A perfect example is something like pension credit. If you have retired parents or grandparents, it's so worth checking if they're eligible for support like this. It's money they are entitled to, but billions go unclaimed every year simply because people don't know they need to apply for it. If you don't claim it, you lose it.
So there you have it. We've gone through the problem, the reasons behind it, and a whole bunch of real solutions. Now it comes down to your next move. The choice and the power is all yours.
Let's just end with one last totally honest reality check. The big economic forces pushing prices up, they're not going anywhere. Prices are going to keep rising, and for most of us, our income isn't going to magically keep up. That means if you do nothing, you are guaranteed to fall behind.
And really, this says it all. The financial security you want a few years from now, it's not about some big one-time event. It's about the series of small, smart choices that you start making today.
So I'll leave you with this one question. After all this stuff we've covered, from locking in your rates to literally finding free money, what is the one action you'll commit to taking today to start protecting your budget? The power is totally in your hands.